don't know, my thing be tripping. I don't understand it. Hopefully you can hear me, guys. Put in my earpiece just in case. Welcome to those of you who know who I am. Thank you for joining. For those of you who don't know who I am and those of you watching the replay, good, you can hear me good. My name is Adrienne Graham, CEO and founder of Empower Me Corporation. Good morning. Good afternoon now. It's 12:30 now, Latrice. Well, still morning for you. I'm Adrienne Graham, CEO and founder of Empower Me Corporation. And this is going to be a quick scope. So whoever joins on live, that's fine. Whoever doesn't, that's fine too. This message I really, really felt on my heart to bring to you guys today. Good afternoon. I'm trying to balance my iPad because I don't want it to get hot again in the sun and then it shut off like it did the last time. Anyway, there's been a lot on my mind about entrepreneurs, entrepreneurship, and wealth building and all that good stuff. Again, I'm the CEO of Empower Me Corporation, which is at empowerme.org, and also the founder of CurvyGirlCloset.com and the co-founder and co-owner of Busy's Place LLC, which is at busysplace.com. EmpowerMe.org is not a nonprofit. It is a for-profit entity, and a lot of people get confused with the .org thing. Long story, but the moral of the story is make sure that you get your brand and you lock in your brand and don't use variations. So anyway, hey, thanks for joining. So again, like I said, there's been a lot on my spirit lately. I've been tested lately, and as an entrepreneur, you get tested. When you run a small business, hey Sonia, when you run a small business, you're going to have all kinds of things thrown at you, and it really is a make or break moment, especially if this is going to be your livelihood. You know, if you're leaving your job, or if you left your job to start your business or move into your business full time to grow a company, it takes a lot out of you. It really does. I've been doing this since 1994. I've had several companies, so I understand and I know the frustrations. But it doesn't make me immune. It doesn't make me immune to difficulties when you have the startup phase, because I've started up several companies and I'm in the middle of a startup now, two startups actually. And it gets tough and it gets mentally draining. You know, my goal is not to come on here and to sell you guys anything, because first of all, those of you who know me know you got to have a certain level of spunk and readiness to work with me, with your business, with your company. And the second thing is I work to build companies. You guys know anybody can have a business. It takes a certain kind of person to run a company. And at one point I used to pray to God and say, please let me have, the business that I want. Please let me grow a business. Please let me have a multi-million-dollar business. At one point I said a $10 million business. But then I had a conversation with a friend of mine. If you're not following her handle is Upward Action. That is the lovely Tasha Cooper. And we were talking and I said, you know what? We both came to the conclusion that it's not so much the dollar amount. We want to say, Lord, help me grow $1 million business. Help me grow a $10 million business. Help me grow a $50 million business. It's about asking him to prepare me as a person to be worthy and capable of the responsibility of growing such a company. And I've said this in another scope and other scopes before. So, and you guys can swipe and share if you want, or just tune in and listen, or share it later on the replay. And speak of her, and here she is, Upward Action. I just mentioned you, TC. Hi. Just talking about a conversation that we had about asking God not to give us a certain dollar amount business, but to prepare us to be worthy and capable of running such a company. So, and not putting the limits on, by saying, God, I want a $5 million business. What if he had $100 million business ready for me? And I was saying, nope, I'm only ready for a $1 million or $5 million business. So take those limits off, take those breaks off, which brings me to my topic about something that a mentor of mine told me. And he's a very wise man in Orlando. Very super dude, great spirit, wonderful spiritual person, giving, loving, kind person, and also a kick-ass businessman. And Jose's about to bark, y'all, because somebody's walking by. Okay, I'm sorry. He says, don't focus on what you can't do. Focus on what you can do. Yes, help me be the kind of person. Exactly. That's what we talked about. It is so funny that you would pop into my scope, TC, as I finished mentioning that. So I titled my scope "Focus on What You Can Do" because I always like to lead off with the positive instead of starting out with a negative. So, but my mentor, he says, don't focus on what you can't do, focus on what you can do. And when he said that, at the time, I was like in such a place of emotional turmoil and trying to figure out my way and understand where I was going in this new direction with my companies, that I was like, yeah, more platitudes. Yeah. Okay. It sounds good in theory. And then one day it hit me and I'm like, the more you focus on the positive, focus on what you can do. Because even if it's just a tiny step, those little steps lead one after another and they lead to bigger steps. And by focusing on the things that you can do, it opens up those doors and it opens up those gateways and the pathway for you to focus on fixing or overcoming the things that you can't do. See how that all plays together? And me, I'm extreme. When I'm on the extreme. When I'm feeling like the world is caving in, I pull back and I clam up or whatever. And I'm learning and I'm praying on it to, even in my successes and even in my failures, to navigate that and give myself 24 hours grace period. Okay, listen, Adrian, talent diva, whatever, you have 24 hours to wallow in whatever it is. After that, you put on the big girl drawers, you put on the big girl panties, you put on that CEO hat, and you get out there and you make a solution. Because when you focus on the cans and when you focus on the stuff that you can do, it still helps you to keep motivated and it keeps you going and it keeps you moving. And that is the idea when you're in the midst of entrepreneurship, whether it's launching a startup, whether it's moving to the next level, whether it is figuring out what your next step is. The more smaller steps that you take, the better it prepares you to overcome those obstacles. We're all going to have obstacles. I'm dealing with obstacles right now. But you know what? When I turn and I give it to God, and you know what? You pray to who you pray to, guys. My God that I pray to Jesus. I say, listen, just show me. Help me, strengthen me, make me better. And instead of focusing on, oh, Lord, why is all this happening to me? Because trust me, there are days when I'm like, Lord, hey, hello, thanks for joining KB Connections. Hey, Amber, how you, Brenda, I'm sorry. And it's like, why am I wallowing in this? And as entrepreneurs, like TC just said, like upward action, by focusing on what you can do, you will automatically correct that problem area. Y'all better follow her. Upward action, follow her today if you're not following her, okay? She has some real great Christianpreneur scopes and business scopes that you need to watch. So, you focus on that, and they are doing the listing. It's very okay. Good, thank you, Nana. I don't know who you are, but thank you for joining. And it's you have to. I can get on all day long and talk to you about pricing strategies and marketing strategies and growth strategies and all this other stuff. I don't want to know about how to fix your mindset and all that because I don't listen, and this is me. You guys, you do what you do. For me, I have surrounded myself with a team of mentors, advisors, friends, confidants. Upward Action is one of those that I consider in my close, journalists from Ghana, currently from America. Well, welcome. I hope you're enjoying it. Don't let all this political discourse sour you on America. They don't represent the rest of us. Some of us are actually pretty cool people. But, and this is my message is for anyone, not just here in America, but across the world, You got to throw that humor in there, I'll make sure I follow you. Actually, yeah, I'm going to follow you. I would love to hear more about what you're doing. But, when you're an entrepreneur, it's like you get torn. You get kind of, do I spend money to be encouraged? No. My encouragement, like I said, is my circle of people, my inner people, my wise counsel, and my Bible, honey. I take it straight up to the throne, and there are days when you're going to want to feel discouraged, and there are going to be people that forever, whatever reason, well-meaning or otherwise, they're going to say, you know what? I just don't feel that for you. I just don't see that for you. You let that go. Keep it moving. But what they don't understand, and this is something that I mentioned in my last scope. I posted something that I kind of took from someone else, and it said, oh, you want to complain, but yet you want to shine and you want to be polished. But if you're going to complain every time that scrub brush rubs up against you and you complain about the bristles and, oh, it's too rough, oh, it's too hard, it's too much, stop, make it stop. How are you ever supposed to be polished? How are you ever supposed to be polished? And it made so much sense when I saw it and I had to post it. And it's like, God, I don't ask you to shield me, because none of us are protected. We're all going to go through stuff. I ask that you let me learn from it, because if I keep finding myself saying, you dang it, why is it that every time you turn around, I'm going through something? You haven't learned your lesson yet. That's what he's saying to me. Oh, you're asking me? It's because you haven't learned your lesson yet. Everything's a lesson. I can find a lesson in everything, and I can find a business lesson in everything. That's been a blessing and a curse for me sometimes, because my mind doesn't shut off. But I choose to focus on what you can do. There are people like when I first got on radio, for those of you who don't know, I had a radio show called Views from the Top on Blog Talk Radio. It ran for 6 years. And I did very well with it. It opened so many doors for me. Before I had that show, I was like, I want to get on the radio. I don't know how. And everyone would tell me, you're not big enough. You're not a big enough brand. You're not a celebrity. You can't get on terrestrial radio. They're not going to take you serious, and you got to pay to play and blah, 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 blah. And I said, you're right. And I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. Wait. This platform called the internet is breaking ground. It is really leveling the playing field for a lot of people. Why not me? Who am I not to take advantage of that? Who am I to not follow this and see where it goes? So when I jumped into the show on Blog Talk Radio, it was like, I'll try it out for 6 months, see where it leads. If I get some followers, fine. If not, whatever. Well, in 6 years, I managed to grow 100,000 loyal followers. People who still today, even though I'm not on the air, it's been a year. Next month will be a year since I've been on the air. But people who still reach out to me and ask, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? We need to hear from you. And I do the Periscopes kind of to alleviate some of that. But everybody's not on Periscope. We can hope that everybody gets on Periscope. But it's like, yeah, I did it. I did it for 6 years. I got 3 different radio channels come to me, well known, and I'm not going to mention their names, but well known, come to me like maybe year 4 or something like that, when I started winning awards like for a top 100 or top whatever of small business podcasts. When they started seeing that and seeing it lead to articles in Fortune, being called to be on MSNBC, being in Black Enterprise multiple times, although I had been in Black Enterprise before I did the radio show. And thank you to Black Enterprise. I love you, Black Enterprise, for looking out for me, even when I didn't have a brand. Or, well, I did, but it wasn't that big. When I got in Essence, when I got in Jet, when I got in Financial Times, when I got in Forbes, when I started writing for Forbes, all of that, I don't share that to brag. I share that to say that because I had that platform, because I started to say, let me focus on what I can do, which was start this Blog Talk Radio show, to start focusing on what I can make happen. Not what I can't do, not what they told me. And guess what? Those terrestrial radio stations that came to me, I said no. Because number 1, they wanted to change my content. Number 2, they wanted to water down my message. Number 3, they wanted me to give over complete creative control. I was not willing to do that. So I stayed on my show, and I did it for 6 years. The only reason I stopped doing it is because I got burnt out. I love Periscope. Well, I have a love-hate relationship with Periscope, because I love that you guys can see me and see my face and get my intent. Over the radio, you can't see that. You can only hear the inflection in my voice. I get to have you guys see me and see what emotions I'm going through, what I'm experiencing at that moment. I wish it was more interactive where I could talk. That's what I loved about Google Hangouts, because I could talk to you guys. You guys could come in and out, and I could have live one-on-one conversations with you. Unfortunately, the platform is a little weak. Okay, but it'll fix, and I'll get that opportunity again. For right now, I had to put that on the shelf. I did Real Talk with Real Entrepreneurs on Google Hangouts for a year and a half. I put that on the shelf. So it may not have been network TV, but I was still on streaming live every week. So I focused on what I could do to get through what I couldn't do, what I thought I couldn't do. And I share that message with you because you can do this. I have a very dear friend, my brother, and I hope he's watching. He's probably not, because he's probably in a production meeting. who's launching his own radio station. And I'm going to ask you guys to please go over to follow DJ Thump LV right here on Periscope, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. He's Marlon J. Rice, and also his page is Thump Squad, THUMP Squad. And he's launched Rise Radio, RIZE Radio. And if you go to Thump Squad on Facebook, you can find this. But he's been going through a battle lately, and I got his back. And the team that's with him, we got his back. We pray for him. We talk with him. We laugh with him. We cry with him. We cry for him. And he's making it launch. And guess what? After a lot of talk and chatter or whatever, today he let it be known his station is now on TuneIn app. See how God works? See how God works? When someone works so hard to tear you down, block your blessings, stand in your way, and guess what? I'm going to say this. Yes, I can say this because it's my scope and I can say what I want on Mogul Chicks Chat or whatever. All the people that have been standing in his way, blocking his blessings, questioning him, trying to throw a monkey wrench in there, he keeps moving to the next step, like leapfrog, right over to the next step. And Rise Radio is about to go big time, y'all. So please go follow my brother DJ Thump. DJ Thump LV. Right here on Periscope. And he also does Periscope for those of you who need some motivation. But he's another one that I'll share as a motivation. People are going to throw stuff at you. They're going to throw shade at you. They're going to throw hate at you. And they're going to make you start focusing on what you can't do. Because then you're going to start doubting. Can I really do that? Is that really for me to do? You'll know when it's in here and when it's in here. When that syncs up with the word of God, you know that it's your time. And not anything that anybody can say to you or about you or around you or to other people about you. None of that is going to stand in your way. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. They even, and I'm going to leave this at this point because I'm not going to get any more into it. They will even try, the enemy, they, when I say they, will try to use your friends and family against you. They do. Focus on what you can do, not on what you can't do. Because trust me, when you take the brakes off, when you take the limits off of yourself, if you go to my Twitter, the pinned post that I have up there is I refuse to have any limitations, self-imposed or otherwise. No limitations. I put no limits on my life. That doesn't mean I don't get afraid. That doesn't mean I don't encounter problems. It doesn't mean that I don't occasionally run into something where I'm like, Lord, here's another test. How am I going to overcome this? I work towards fixing it. And for those of you who are still hanging in on this scope, thank you so much, because I know this message is for you too, because you're probably going through something right now and you need to hear this message. You know, I'm not a preacher, pastor, evangelist, a motivational speaker, none of that. I'm a businesswoman who has been in the game since 1994, somebody who knows, who has been through it all and back. I've been to hell and back. I have made millions of dollars. I have been dead broke. I've done it back and forth over again. And every time I learn a new lesson and I come back stronger. So don't be afraid of the failures. Don't be afraid of what happens and things that implode, because I look at it like this. Instead of me looking at it and sitting back and boo-hoo and I'm crying because I failed. No, it is not right now, not this way, or not with these people. Those are the lessons, the 3 lessons that I learned with failure. Not that it makes me a bad person. Failure doesn't kill anybody. Well, unless you're on some dangerous machinery and you know, that's a whole other story. Or you messing with some sharks or something, or dangerous animals, you know, or skydiving without a parachute. Yeah, but that aside, jokes aside, failure doesn't kill anybody. It all starts in the heart and the mind. Because yes, there have been tragic stories of, like the founder of Reddit who committed suicide. The founder of Miss Jessie's committed suicide. You know, and we hear about these tragic stories about these people who depression is real, and I am not discounting that, guys. I'm not discounting. Depression gets real. What I'm saying is, surround yourself. First, cover yourself in the Word. Get up there, get in the Word. Get on your knees. Go to the throne, not the phone. Second thing, surround yourself with people who are going to be in your corner, who are going to fight with you and for you. People who are going to, listen. Let me tell you something. Now I'm about to get into it because I have amazing people around me, but then I have people that I watch that I know, they're not, they say they're there, but you can tell when things get tough or whatever. Go to the throne and not the phone. Thank you, Taylor. Yes, indeed. Go to the throne and not the phone. That's my mantra. I can't coin that, but yeah. But there are people who, they'll come on my Facebook or my Twitter. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you, Adrian. Oh my God, you are just, oh Lord, you just do the thing, whatever. But when I start sharing things that I need people to retweet and share with their audience, they'll like it. They may put a smiley face, but I've yet to see them post it on their own page, or I've yet to see them share it with their own people. I make it you guys know, I try to promote everybody that I feel, if I feel strongly about somebody and their service and their company and their product or whatever, I get out there and I promote. And there's people on this scope that can tell you that's how I am. You can go to my Facebook, my Twitter, all that, and see how I promote other people. Because I believe in making sure that the next person gets the equal shine, Exactly. That's what I do. Because it's not just about me. We're in this world together. And there's also a saying that I came up with. People throw the word boss around a whole lot. And I tell people there's levels. There's boss, there's mogul, and there's power broker. 3, excuse me. I'm so used to doing the thing. Boss, mogul, and power broker. And I'm going to break down the 3 to you. A boss, anybody can be a boss. Because anybody can start a company and use that phrase, that catchword or whatever it is. I'm a boss. It's always, you notice, I'm a boss. But when you move on to mogul, it becomes less about you. Because then you're creating opportunities for other people as well as yourself. A boss creates opportunities for themselves. It's about how much money can I make? What is it that I can do? What accomplishments can I make? How can I come up? How can I make these milestones? I'm a boss. To me, boss always meant better opportunity for self-sufficiency. Now, that's no shade to people who use the word boss. Please don't send me hate mail. Don't bring it here. First rule, don't come for me. Okay? I'm just speaking it like it is. But when you move to mogul status, you move to another level of consciousness, and it becomes focused on how do I create opportunities, not just for me, but for everyone else. Now, let me caveat that. You can't help everybody. Everybody's not meant to come along in your circle, and that's okay. You have to be comfortable with that. Because as you move higher, you got to shed some of those people. I run 3 companies right now. Empower Me, that's my growth strategies consulting firms where I help companies grow and scale and get them investment ready and scalable so they can expand and grow. That is always all about not me making money, because yes, I do get paid. Yes, I am worth every dime. Yes, I do produce results. But my companies, the companies that work with me, it's not, here's this blueprint, go work it out. Here's this workbook, go work it out. Here's these tips, go work it out. No, I'm getting up there, rolling up my sleeves. We're working side by side. I'm making sure that as you prosper, you see the results. And you can go back in turn and don't need me anymore. Move on and help the next person. I do all of my broadcasts, whether it's Periscope or my podcast or writing or whatever I do, is under the Empower Me brand. So I'm educating people as well as working with people. So that's how I give back. Or my other company, Curvy Girl Closet, that is an e-commerce sharing community for plus size women that, no, you don't just come on there and shop for stuff and make money. And, I make money because you buy stuff. No, it gives plus size women an opportunity to put their stuff on sale. Think eBay meets, Rent the Runway meets, I don't know, Gwynny B, whatever those things are called out there. But no, it gives plus size women an opportunity to create commerce, from their closets. Make money from your closet. We're so wasteful as a society. Don't throw those clothes away. Yeah, donate clothes and give them away. But why not help, if you want to make more money, the stuff that you can sell, why not? Why are we so beholden to companies like eBay and Etsy or whatever it is, and these companies that they're killing it, making all this money? Why can't you make money without all the strangling fees, the suffocating fees? That's what it's about. How can I make money? How can my merchants make money? Okay? I don't have any shareholders or any of that. It's a community. And the final business, Busy's Place, which is more for grown folks and couples and adults or whatever, you know, we offer business opportunities for you to become a business owner, to get your feet wet as an entrepreneur by working and tutoring under us to learn how to be a self-sufficient entrepreneur and make money in the process. So I'm always thinking about creating commerce and creating opportunities for not just me and my wealth and my legacy, but for other people as well. And that's the only way to prosper. That's how a mogul does it. It's what can happen when I start thinking beyond me, beyond myself. The final part is a rainmaker, a power broker. A power broker is a rainmaker. And just by virtue of the people you keep in your circle and you keep in your sphere, you have the potential to affect so many people. It really is above and beyond. When you're a power broker, yeah, you're making money. Yeah, because when you're at that status, yes, you can open doors. But you're also affecting global change as a power broker. And I'm so humbled that the power brokers that I surround myself with, I don't consider myself a power broker yet. I have access to power brokers. I'm in the presence of power brokers. But I sit back in awe of the reach that they have. And I'm not going to go through names because y'all have heard the names before and I'll put it out there. You can always see who I'm following and go follow them and see what I'm talking about. But these are women and men who all I have to do is pick up a phone, no questions asked. And they move heaven and earth, literally heaven and earth, to make it happen. These are people who own major teams. These are people who are publishers. These are people who are on TV. These are people who are entertainers. These are people who are politicians, the good ones, not the shady ones. These are people who are public figures who I'm blessed in every day give thanks that allow me to be a part of their families collectively. That's what a power broker is. So when you start throwing the words, oh, I'm a boss, it's a boss this, boss that, stop and really think about what that means. Anybody can run a business. Anybody can be a boss. A boss is someone you report to. Yeah, I'm the head CEO of my companies. Final decision rests with me. But believe and know that my people, my team, we're in this together. So by virtue, that makes me a mogul. If that means bragging, hey, then brag. Yes, brag on. Adrienne Graham is a mogul. You heard it from my lips right here. I'm a mogul because it's not just about me. So back to recap, focus on what you can do, because the more you focus on what you can do, the more your can'ts diminish. You minimize those can'ts. You open up the door for new relationships. You open up the door for new opportunities that you didn't even imagine, because while you're sitting here focusing on what you can't get done, you don't know what's waiting for you on the other side. You don't know, well, maybe you can't do something because you're not meant to do it in this way at this moment. There may be a better way. You may find a better can. Instead of focusing on that can't, that door that was closed. Listen, doors are closed for a reason. When one door closes, another one opens. See, I'm sounding cliche now. I hate when I sound cliche. See, and that's why I like to have the live interaction, because then I can, feed off my audience. But you guys need to focus on what you can do, because by focusing on those cans, you diminish those can'ts and you start getting new potential, new opportunity, new relationships, new meetings, new everything. So let's get rid of the negativity, y'all, and let's support each other more. Please, we got to support each other more. Thank you for joining, Pastor PG. I'm about to wrap this up, but if you guys have any questions, I'm Talent Diva on Periscope and on Twitter, across everything else. Google+, LinkedIn, Facebook, what else? Facebook, whatever. It's Adrienne Graham. But Talent Diva on Twitter and Periscope. Oh, Instagram also, I'm Adrienne Graham. My Instagram is not really for business much. It's more for motivation. But follow me for my Mogul Chicks chat here on Periscope. Watch my website, empowerme.org, for any new announcements coming up. Check out everything I have coming up with Mogul Chicks chat. I have the next Mogul Chicks Mastermind coming up in a week. So 2 weeks, the end of the month. So make sure you tune in for that. If you're not on the mailing list, you're not going to know about it. So join the mailing list so you can find out about it. And, let's say hi. Say hello to me on Twitter. Jump into my scopes, Send me a note on Facebook. Say hello. Introduce yourself. Let me know who you are. Now, I don't take solicitations. Don't try to sell to me, because, some people mistake that invitation for, hey, let me tell you about my business, my product, my service. Let me sign you up for something. No, don't do that. I don't do that to people. Don't do that to me. Get to know me. I'm really, I can be a cool person. But, Mogul Chicks Chat, there's no schedule to it. It's when I feel something on my spirit to talk about, I jump on and I talk about it. You can watch the replays at catch.me, that's KATCH.me/talentdiva, and all of my old scopes going back, I think, to September or August or whenever I started doing them. They're all there, different types of topics. And make sure you follow me and tweet me. And I also do live tweet chats on Fridays when Shark Tank is on at 9 p.m. Eastern on ABC. No, I don't get paid for that. They're not paying me. I just love the show. I also live tweet during The Profit with Marcus Lemonis. I also, when West Texas Investors Club, I try to, be part of the conversation, because I want to see entrepreneurship done right. I want to see more people succeed. I want to see less people get suckered into some of these, buy my coaching program, buy my this, whatever, and they keep spinning their wheels and never get anywhere. There's only so much that you can blame the student before you start blaming, maybe it just doesn't work for you. So come on, man, let's do it. Let's chop it up. Let's talk. Let's see. I do free discovery sessions, 15 minutes, and it's not a consultation. It is a way for me to see what your issue is and if I'm the one that can work with you. If not, I'll be more than happy to say I can and refer you to somebody who will. Because why? It's all about keeping that circle revolving. That's how we do. So get out there, build real relationships, be confident in yourself, focus on your cans, not that other stuff, and don't be afraid of alternatives. A no means not right now, or not this way, or not with this person. And remember, delayed, this is per my friend Liz, delayed doesn't mean denial. I'm living proof of that. So I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Go follow DJ Thump LV. Very proud of him. Make sure you check out Pep and Nikki Show for some adult comedy that you want to hear. Pep and Nikki, Nikki Show, featuring L-Dub. And Secret Garden Radio on Mondays and Tuesdays with official Albie Shore. I don't get paid for that either. I'm throwing in that plug just because I'm a good person. Make sure you check them out Mondays and Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I will catch you guys for the next Mogul Chicks Chat. And peace out. See you guys later. Bye.